Is there anything worse in the world than having your debit card stolen? I am going through this right now, and it sucks so bad.
So first thing you do is you cancel the card, right?
Yep, you got to call the bank, tell them what's up, and my bank does an investigation, so they lock down the charges, do this whole fraud thing. The fraud department calls you, and...
But is the investigation include trying to find the person who stole it, or is that...
I have no idea.
It's just to find out what charges they made versus what...
It's a 10-day process, apparently, that I'm not involved in, so I don't I don't know.
That's the worst part about it, is if you're a person who doesn't have a second account or you don't have a lot of extra funds, you're in real trouble because they froze your account, basically, didn't they?
They didn't freeze the account. They froze the card, so that card is now void, and I cannot use it. They're sending me a new one.
Oh, so you could get money out of the account.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
yeah, and like my husband's on it, but his card number's different, so he can use it.
Oh, okay.
The most frustrating piece is that a lot of our bills were set up by me, and the auto pay is under my number.
Yes.
And just a month ago, my card expired, so I got sent this new card. And I just went through the process of changing all of the auto pay bills to this new card's information. And then this one got stolen. Now, now I have to do it again.
My bank, when I went in, I had an issue like that. My bank just printed me another card right there. Gave me a new card, canceled the other one.
Printed you like a temporary?
Temporary. Gave me a card.
I don't have a bank here. My bank's in Seattle. So
what bank is it?
BECU.
Oh, yeah.
It's Credit Union?
Credit Union. Yeah. And they're great. I love it. And you can use the shared branches down here, like to pull out cash and do business or whatever for no charge. But as far as like the whole card situation, they have to mail it to me. And on top of all of that fun of changing your auto pay, I moved. So when I was on the phone with them dealing with this, I said, hey, I just moved. Can I change my address with you too while I'm on the phone? And she's like, oh, yeah, we can totally do that. And she got done. She goes, oh, if you move, we can't send anything to your new address for 10 days. Like mail, checks, cards, like just to make sure like there's a period of time where
you have to sign a form.
Clear, yeah. So I don't get my debit card. They can't even send it to me until like the end of this week.
Now you have a credit card too, right? And I know you live in a world where you just spend cash.
Yeah.
But in a situation like this,
I've been using my credit card.
Yeah, that's what they're for.
Because I can't. Yeah, it's one of those situations where you just have to bite the bullet and do it because some stuff doesn't take cash, and I don't know if I'm going to be somewhere where I'm going to need more than like the cash that I would maybe have out. It's a big mess. It's just so I think the most frustrating portion, besides all the things I just said, is that the money that whomever spent, they actually hold the funds until they're done with their investigation. So not only did this person spend my money, I don't get my own money back until the end of this investigation. So like they've held hostage my money. And it's not even my fault.
It's very frustrating.
Oh, it's so frustrating.
What I think is admirable and nobody ever gives any credit is that when your identity gets stolen, the bank gives you your money back.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the bank on the hook for that?
It's because they are,
federally insured.
FCC insured or something like that?
FDIC insured.
FDIC.
But
yeah.
But I don't know that covers that.
That doesn't cover that.
No, that doesn't.
That's just the bank providing a service. And everybody, hates banks and thinks banks are awful, but banks do that, and why should they? I feel the same way when, Amazon replaces your stuff if it gets stolen off your porch. That's not Amazon's fault. That's my fault for not providing, a secure drop-off location, but Amazon does it just to be good customer service.
Right.
And banks don't get any credit for that.
I think... So,
they must lose billions.
They must.
Yeah, they'd have to.
For me, luckily, because I did some of my own investigating, because I was mad, I called the company. The thing is I don't know what they're going to do in their investigation, because I'm sure, and it's happened in the past on the credit card before, where somebody spent like $2,000 on a computer in Texas. Like, well, ding, 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 I'm not in Texas, and I don't usually buy that expensive of things or computers. So they look at that and go, oh, obviously. But this place that they spent the money at, almost $300, is called La Tote. It's like a a clothing box service where they like send you clothes, and then if you like them, then you keep some, and if you don't, then you send them back.
Yeah, I see those on Facebook.
A subscription, like a subscription service.
And Instagram.
And so I called this company, and I told the gal, I said, hey, this is what's happening. Is there like some way you can look up my card number and see if it's attached to some other person?
Right.
And she said, yeah, let me get you over to billing. They can actually look up by your last four and your expiration date. So they looked it up, and she's like, okay, I found it. I found the person. I canceled their order and like voided it here. She said, but for the money purpose, you're going to have to go through the bank. And I said, oh, I already did that.
Yeah, that makes
I already
sense.
called them. So the bank actually isn't going to be out money because that company, Latote, canceled. So they're not getting my money. That person who tried to take or get goods from my card.
Yeah, okay, that's
they're
good.
not going to get their goods. So the bank actually isn't out money in this situation.
that's
They're
good.
just going to put it back.
Right.
But how are they going to prove it wasn't me necessarily? Because I buy clothes. So that's like in the realm of things
I think that
that are a
scam
natural purchase.
that we think, that you think might happen is that scam where you would buy something and then claim you didn't buy it. I just don't think that happens very often.
But yeah, that takes some big cojones.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
don't-
you can't
Plus,
get away
there-
with it.
That
for
might
very
be
long.
easier to research, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
well, and even if you did something like that, you could only like do that once.
Right. So I just don't think it happens. I bet that the those who provide that sort of like fraud prevention just say like, well, that might happen once in a while, but it's worth it to cover it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was I figured this out last Monday, I think. So like we're coming up on 10 days and I still don't have my money. Yeah. I'm going to call today and just follow up and be like, how's it going?
At least you'll have it probably before your vacation, which you'll want,
Yeah. It's funny though, because as somebody who tightly budgets the month, like I have a very precise budget. Like every dollar has a place that it goes in the month. Like whether it's into savings or like paying off debt or bills or whatever, every dollar has a name in a way. So when $300 all of a sudden disappears from your budget, you're like, whoa,
You notice it.
wait a minute.
yeah.
Like, and the thing is that 300 was set aside to pay the moving company, and I was waiting for a check to clear from the moving company from a few weeks ago for $345. And so when I looked in my account just to see if that check had gone through and then saw that money was gone, I was like, oh no, that was my money for the mover. So I had to like get on to the savings account and move money around and stuff.
That's the hassle
and,
of a tight budget, Jen.
Yeah.
I know, but but it makes the months, it actually, a budget like that makes you feel like you have more money in the month because you're not just spending willy-nilly and then wondering where you're at the end of the month. But God, people just suck. Like, you're taking people's money that they made. That's not nice.
Well, you really told them, Jen. Right?
Yeah.
Way to really get in their craw there.
It's just, I don't know.
You poor thing.
Jeff says, have the company send the shipping address from the order to the bank, proving it wasn't you.
Yeah, I wonder if during the investigation if that happens.
I'm going to assume the bank fraud department is calling Latote, and they're finding out who was the person with my card under their name.
Surely the bank must have investigators and whatnot who...
Well, yeah.
But I don't mean I mean law enforcement.
Right. I know that I went through an issue with T-Mobile, and they had their entire own research team, like investigators, to go in and research and see who. And they went back and listened to a lot of calls and things like that. I don't want to get into too many details with it, but someone had accused me of something when in reality they did it. And so I got a call. I finally got a hold of T-Mobile's investigators. Like, it felt like I was talking to cops, you know, and I'm like,
weird.
So, and they go, hey, we went back, we listened to all the calls, and we went through some things, and all we're going to say to you, Mr. Russell, is you have nothing to worry about. Enjoy your service with T-Mobile.
Okay.
And
so you got to think that like that investigation team, that office,
it took a while too. They really did their work.
Has like a contact at the FBI or whoever it is that they have to talk to. Like they have a case manager and they say, hi, it's T-Mobile Investigation Office. Mm-hmm. Here's all the information that you require, because they probably, here's the package that you always request from us.
Right.
Get on it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I got a call from, because we have American Express cards. Like, they sit in a big file cabinet. Like we never use them, but they're in there in case like we need. Usually we take them on vacation because that's when you're most likely to get like pinged for stuff.
Right.
So I feel like it's safer to use that on vacation than like debit card or cash. And we just like, I don't know what's going on, but like 4 weeks ago, I got a call from the fraud department at American Express, and they were like, hey, we just wanted to, you had a $19-something charge at some burrito place, like somewhere. I'm like, no, I'm in my house right now. And they're like, okay, thanks. And like hung up, and that was it. I'm like,
what a tough job.
I used to go do that with Bank of America. I would be at the casino, which I don't hardly ever go to casinos because obvious reasons. I go crazy, but
the alcohol and the drinks.
Yeah, alcohol and gambling together. And so I would go to use my debit card maybe like for the second time, and it would be like, call your bank, call your bank. Or I'd get a text alert, and I'd have to call them, and they go, yeah, there's some suspicious activity on your debit card.
We've
and I'm
noticed
like,
that you're spending money. And the problem is you don't have money.
Yeah, you just took out $200 and you only had $250. Yeah, that was soon after the divorce, and I was like, yeah, I shouldn't have been taking out $1, much less a couple hundred. But,
I guess that's a nice perk, though, of having a credit card company is because they have a department like that.
Yeah.
Like multiple times, I like would order something on Amazon when we first moved to Montana, and they would call and just say, hey, we're just making sure you ordered this on Amazon. Like,
Yeah.
I know that's kind of a weird thing to order on Amazon, but yeah, that was me. So, I mean,
They should extend that service further. Like, I wish they'd
the
call me
bank
and go
did
like,
that.
you ordered an XL. Did you mean to do that?
Based on the size chart that we're looking at right now, you should have ordered just the large.
An XL in China, sir, is not going to fit you.
Yeah, this says 34 waist, and we kind of know that.
This can't be you.
We follow you on Facebook.
I wish the bank, though, had that service and not just the credit card companies.
Yeah. My mom, one of her, we have nurses. They're not really nurses, nursing assistants or
Caregivers.
I'm trying to use the politically correct words. We had one in her home who stole her credit cards, wrote checks on her. I mean,
those are the worst human beings
how
that
do you
steal
not
from
think-
old people.
And it wasn't like, her kids are not involved in her life, especially my sister who lives there. She checks everything. And so it's amazing to me people, first of all, think they're going to get away with stuff like that, But here she is, my mom's never had bad credit in her life. My dad was like Spencer. He knew where every penny went. And so she has this great credit score. And I would hate to see, it doesn't really matter now because she pays cash, but I'd hate to see her credit score now. Because, she got credit cards in her name, wrote checks in her name. Mm-hmm. It's hard to tell what else is out there. And it's so scary. The elderly are the ones who really have to be careful with it.
Oh, yeah. And I was listening to a scam thing this morning on KXL on our sister station that's going around right now. I probably would have fallen for it maybe. It's a secret shopper thing. Like they send out a letter that says, hey, we're asking you to be a secret shopper at this Costco on this date. You don't need to report to anybody at the store because they're not supposed to know.
Yeah.
Here's your contact.
Yeah.
And then after you do it, then they send you a check
to reimburse you for whatever you buy.
And the time that you spent doing your secret shopping. And then in part, this is where the details where I was like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe that's fishy. It says that you keep like a percentage of it, and then the other percentage you're supposed to purchase something and send it back to the company as like proof that you did it. So I'm like, okay, that's
clever.
This kind of makes sense. Like I
Yeah.
could see how people could get taken advantage of that, and especially
or they'd
older
say,
people.
we're going to pay you. We'll do a direct deposit.
Right. That's where it looks
Give
fishy.
us your bank account.
Yeah, give us your bank account is the trigger phrase.
Yeah.
That's clever. Like if I need myself a new comforter,
Yeah.
just send somebody off on a secret shopping mission. Go buy whatever you want. Also get this comforter and send it to me, and then I'll send you a check for the rest of it.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah, and it never happens.
Right.
Oh,
That's pretty
Christina on here says that happened to them. Someone tried to use her husband's card to buy $350 worth of American Eagle gift cards. They canceled the transaction and they got their money back.
it's good.
People just suck.
Yeah.
Alicia says credit unions are smaller and track easier. That's why I stay with BECU, because we've had stuff happen over the past 10 years or whatever. And
Is it annoying that they're in Seattle only right now?
It's only annoying when someone gives me cash and I can't put cash back into my bank.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a bank to take it to.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do it, because when, Jake loans me money on, 3 days after payday, he always gives it to me in cash.
It's so rude.
And I'm like, Jake, can you write a check? No.
What do you do with a check either?
He's so yeah. I'm like, no.
What do you do with a check, Jen? Oh, you can
you take the photo of it.
Right, yeah,
it's pretty dang convenient. Like
before mobile photo, what'd you do?
I don't remember a time when that wasn't a thing. Actually,
wow. My bank shut me down on that. I don't know what I did wrong. I went to deposit a check with the picture, and it's like, no, this is not available to you anymore.
They're very particular about how you line up the squares.
They said they're not available to you at all.
They wouldn't let me do it. They're like, no, this feature is no longer available to you. And I'm like, what did I do? And I wonder if I must have maybe...
They must listen.
Yeah, they probably listen to the show. But I'm wondering if maybe I did one deposit and maybe I did it incorrectly, so they flagged me. I don't know. I don't remember seeing anything change, but...
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Jeff says, Jen, that's why you take advantage of shared branches. I do. I go there to get, if I need a cashier's check or...
They can't take cash?
No, because the cash goes in their physical bank.
Okay, but still, money's just, paper sometimes.
It's a shared branch in that you can take out of your account, but you can't put in.
But that's my point. There's no difference. It's still just cash coming out of their pile, which they somehow get from your credit union. Why can't it go the other way?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I don't really have to. There's not a lot of situations where I need to put cash in, so it hasn't been that big of a hassle.
You should make more cash, Jen. Mm-hmm. You should make that a part of your life. Making more cash.
More cash?
You can never be a drug dealer, because that's all you do is get your money in cash.
Yeah, there's a lot of cash. Not a lot of Venmoing and drug dealing.
No.
I always... I used to have to go, when I worked at a boutique, I used to have to go do the bank deposit every day. And there was a couple restaurants on the row as my boutique, and I could always tell servers, bartenders when they were going in for depositing money, because they had stacks of ones and fives and depositing into their accounts,
and strippers too.
Well, and them. I don't know of many strip clubs near where I used to live, but
I would assume that strip clubs cash you out in bigger bills when you leave. That makes sense?
Don't look at me.
Wouldn't that make sense?
Tony, what you know about that?
Honestly, I don't.
Wouldn't that make it sense? I know you don't like it, but wouldn't that make sense, though?
I don't go to them,
Because that keeps all your ones in-house, for one thing, so you don't have to be constantly getting small bills, because they cash you out at those places. You give them the money that you brought in, and they will give you ones.
I've never been in
I'm informing you, Jen.
Oh, okay. I've never been in a strip
club. And
club.
at the end of the night, I bet when the dancers leave, they don't take out a stack of ones. I bet they go to their cashier
and get a
say,
hundo.
Hey, give me the real,
give me hundo.
Give me the good bills. I guess.
Never been to a strip club.
Yeah, you guys keep making that point. I'm telling you what happens.
Yes, I know.
He's telling us. He's giving.
Thank you.
Last time I was probably in my 20s at a bachelor party was the last time I went, and I just remember paying a lot of money for an orange juice and about a touch of vodka.
Yeah, it's almost as if they wanted your money.
Yeah.
It's almost as if that's what they wanted you in there for.
Yeah. So.
Anyways, just frustrated. Just frustrating.
Good luck to you, Jen.
I don't have my debit card.
Enjoy Hawaii, where you get stolen again, I'm sure.
Or I get coronavirus.
One of the two.
One of the two.
Which is worse? Still no way to know.
At this point, based on the information I've been given, I think my card might be worse. Because they say for healthy people,
honestly, if
healthy people my age apparently come out not so
somebody
scathed
said
on this.
You're gonna lose your wallet or give you coronavirus, I'd be like, give it to me.
Give me the coronavirus. Not making jokes or making light of people who have passed away, but they keep saying that people our age who are healthy, it's not even that bad.
And I don't like having the flu, but
no, even the lady from Forest Grove who had it, she was quarantined on the cruise in Japan or wherever.
The first.
Yeah, she said she was in the hospital the whole time, just I know you say I have it, but I'm actually feeling kind of okay.
I heard phone interviews with her, and she sounded just like she was great.
And she even said she felt okay. So, I'd rather do that than my wallet. You don't want to be the
person who's allergic to coronavirus, though. You don't want to be that person.
No, I don't want to be the person who is severe and then you end up getting, killed by it. But I think if it was average, I'd rather get that than have my wallet taken.
That's that hassle.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for everybody. Thanks for joining us. Any more comments that we need to address or anything like that?
Jeff is just continuing to tell me about the benefits of the
the shared branches.
The shared branches. Jeff, thank you.
Jeff.
I know.
Bye, Jeff.
Bye, Jeff.
Bye, Jeff. Bye, everybody.